Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, so wedding stuff has gotten slightly more intense. My mom told me that based on my last video about the engagement, I have to tell you guys about the engagement party because I was almost to Ricardo's place and I didn't tell you about that. So this is going to be about the engagement party. I did tell you that I thought it was a birthday party, so I knew at least that we were going to a party and that I did bring a change of clothes with me. So I was super grateful for that. I had makeup, so I was able to duck into the bathroom for like 2.8 seconds and put a tiny bit of makeup on and a change of clothing. Thank goodness I had thought through that and brought a change of clothing, which I actually had two with me because I was like, oh, it's a birthday party, I'll bring jeans and a nicer t-shirt. But his parents were in town, so I was like, better bring a second one that was slightly nicer because, I mean, we might go out to a nicer dinner because it's his birthday. And it's a really good thing because I actually wound up putting that on because Ricardo has these really nice looking hiking slacks, and they're like these light gray nylon things that they legitimately look like slacks, which is not fair. So he gets to the party and we're in my car and he puts on a nice shirt and he looks like he just stepped out of the shower and got dressed and he looks really nice. I'm wearing the ratty shirt that I wore hiking and cut off jeans. And I'm like, are you serious right now? I love you and this is amazing, but I look not nice. But I mean, I did have clothes in my back seat, which I was grateful for. And and makeup in my bag because I was prepared for birthday stuff. Praise God. So we roll into this party and luckily it's at our friend David and Cece's place, and they are some of my favorite people. They've got a fantastic backyard for parties actually, because they've got a really small house and then a garage that's been converted into like a back house thing, but they've got a really large backyard. So they had set up a tent and so some girls might be discouraged by this, but they had Costco pizza and Costco cake. And then I think I saw some other desserts and stuff. I know I saw somebody eating a pie of some variety. And somebody said something about ice cream, but I never tried any of that. But I know some people would be discouraged by the fact that it was Costco pizza and cake. But here's the thing. Before Ricardo and I started dating, he first told me that he liked me in the Costco parking lot. And Costco is a running joke between us because I stinking love Costco. It's like a whole thing between us because his mom loves Costco. I love Costco. My mom loves Costco. I have been shopping at Costco since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, basically, since it was still called the Price Club back in the 80s or however long ago it was. The only time I did not shop at Costco was when we first moved to Florida and there wasn't a Costco. It was my mom's one regret about moving to that particular area in Florida because there was no Costco there. But yeah, so I get teased nonstop about my love of Costco. He says I've got Costco radar, and I'm like, there's a Costco here, there's a Costco there, there's a Costco over there. And I know where like half the Costcos in Los Angeles are because I go a lot. So, Costco pizza at my engagement party, I'm not mad at it. So yeah, we show up, I change, and it's one of those things where they let us eat for like 5 minutes. We get to be all cute and coupley and all that stuff. And then they start asking us questions. How did you pop the question? How did you feel about it? What was this? What was that? What are your favorite spiritual traits about each other? Which Ricardo made me cry a little bit because he started talking about my humility, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so wonderful. But then what I said about him, my favorite spiritual trait of his is his steadfastness. From the very beginning of our relationship, he has proved himself to be one of the most loyal and trustworthy and steady people that I've ever had the privilege to know. He has really wormed his way into my heart just by being there and being very protective of me in so many ways, because he's just there and steady, and he's fantastic. So you can't knock a guy for being that, I don't know, just steady and strong. And yeah, he's my knight in shining armor. He really is too. I mean, go back and watch my 5 love languages video. It's all about how he came to my rescue, and I literally felt like Cinderella when he had an extra shoe for me. It's crazy. But yeah, so we did that. They asked us a whole bunch of questions, and then it moved into sharing about all the things that people loved about us as a couple, and how they've seen us just go from being friends to becoming boyfriend and girlfriend to now being engaged. And I was like, oh my gosh, people, you're gonna make me cry. I love it. And I'm like, it's crazy. So then, I mean, we had to wrap it up. People had other places to go because the party started at 4 o'clock and people had dates and dinners and all that stuff to go on because it was Saturday night. And the videos that were in my last video about the engagement itself, about his proposal, Scott had those on his iPad, and David hooked those up to his TV, and for the people who were there and could stay a little bit longer, we hooked those up to the TV so everybody could watch it and ask some more questions and all about that stuff. So it was really fun, and then everybody left, and then afterwards, Ricardo and I were discussing what we wanted to do, because it's Saturday night, and he has the night off, because he usually works Saturdays, and we're like, what do we want to do? We're newly engaged, we could go out to dinner, we could do this, we could do that. We didn't really want to go out to dinner because we had just had that humongous pastrami sandwich and pizza. And so we talked about going to see the Avengers again because we had just seen it the night before. We shelled out for the IMAX tickets, which were like $25 a piece, but we had seen Avengers, but we were totally willing to see it again, which we did just see it like 2 nights ago again. So we've seen it twice. Go see it. It's awesome. I'm a super nerd. But we talked about doing that, we talked about doing this, we talked about doing that, and what we wound up doing, the night we get engaged, we go back to his place and start a Harry Potter puzzle. We are very exciting people. We are already behaving like an old married couple. It's really funny. So rather than like go out and party or go out to dinner or do some like romantic candlelit dinner thing, we are back at his place working on a Harry Potter puzzle, which I find wonderful and hysterical. So yeah, but that was the night we got engaged and our engagement party and the rest of our evening. So I hope that appeases you, Mom. I hope that's what you wanted to hear, the rest of the story of that day. I'm sorry you couldn't be there. I know that you really wanted to be, but I love you, and Ricardo, I know you're watching, so I love you, and you're amazing. And to everybody else who's watching, thank you so much for joining us on this journey, because you're amazing too. And I'm really happy I figured out a way to mount my phone so you don't have to look at my nose anymore. Although I know it's a little shaky. So we'll figure this out. Love you. Bye.